Hello and welcome to this taste challenge, this afternoon taste challenge. And what do we have today? Evan Williams, 86 proof, 5-year aged. Evan Williams, introduced in 1955, a Heaven Hill brand for throughout its entire existence. Versus Jim Beam Choice, introduced in 1957, originally known as Beam's Choice, charcoal filtered, aged 5 years, used to be aged, I think, 8 years. And it says there on the bottle, charcoal filtered. You see that green label, one of those green label whiskeys. There's all the Beam family. There's some write-up about it. Quality, legacy. Okay, well, it was discontinued in 2017, so you can no longer get it. Well, you might be able to get it because some stores might have it on the shelf, but it's no longer produced. There's a place in Metairie, Louisiana called International Market, and I was in there 3 days ago, 2 days ago, excuse me, and they had liquor bottles 10, 12 years old, maybe older, 20 years old, because you could tell the labels are really old. Just old designs, you know what I mean? So I said, man, and some of it was really cheap. Like they had these whiskey brands, these off-the-wall whiskey, kind of obscure whiskey brands, like really old bottles, $7.99, $7.49 for a full-size bottle like this. I said, oh boy, I'm gonna have to go back. And all kind of, believe me, that place, you would just collapse. You would faint from the variety in there. And that's just part of the store. It's huge, and there's all kind of beans and coffee and meat from around the world. That's why I call it International Market. Anyway, let's get rolling. No taste challenges tomorrow. So after this, I guess there won't be another one until Tuesday, God willing. Capital Steve says, what's up, man? Well, I'm doing a taste challenge and then doing something else, but you can't guess what. Okay. You'll never know. JVC. EW. The Jim Beam Choice was $14.99 in Frankfort, Kentucky. I bought it at Red Dot Liquors on US Highway 127 northbound, in the same shopping center area as the Knights Inn Hotel, motel really, and the Days Inn. The Days Inn, the Knights Inn was the same owners. It was the same place. They just had it cut into two chains in one chain. I've seen people do this before. It's bizarre, you know. And it's all Wyndham hotels. And I was looking for an ice bucket, and I was like, where's the ice bucket? Oh, I'll give you one, the girl says at the counter. She said, but really the Knights Inn only gets ice bags. I said, what? There's like 2 different quality levels. But they both had breakfast in the same room. It was crazy, you know. It was like, I didn't argue. I got a cheap price, relatively cheap price. It was okay. It wasn't anything exceptional. Their Wi-Fi was horrible, though. I was trying to look up stuff on a laptop, and I just gave up. It was just so bad. My friend said, yeah, they probably got the lowest rating Wi-Fi they could get, just so they could say they had free Wi-Fi. I said, right. CS says, I didn't know Jim Beam Choice was discontinued. That's what Jim Beam told me. I wrote to the company, Beam Suntory, and they said, well, it's going away. They didn't say discontinued. They said it's going away. That was their words for it. So you better get it if you can, they told me. And then it's funny because on the website, and there's no website information about the brand anymore. They took it off the website. Okay, so forget trying to look it up. But they said, but they still, or as of a few months ago, they were showing the a locator tool on Beam Suntory website. And I looked up I was in Frankfurt, right? Because I had gone to the Buffalo Trace distillery tour. And so I looked it up and it was saying not sold in this town. And I went to Red Dot Liquors and they were like, we never heard of that. We never heard of that brand. And I was like, oh man. Well, then later I went back because I wanted some beer, which I bought. And I was just going in there and I looked, I don't know, something like it's like some ghost turned my head. And I looked on the shelf on the way to the back beer cooler. And I said, there were 2 bottles of Jim Beam Choice, exactly 2 bottles, kind of covered with dust. 2014 bottles, $14.99. I said, oh. So I bought 2, one for me and I gave one to David, my friend David. I just gave it to him, you know. So I cleaned them off, you know, I got a wet washcloth and wiped it off. Looks nice now. And I wanted to tell him, you know that guy, you know how I was in here 3 hours ago? Y'all didn't even know this existed. But they didn't care. I didn't bring it up. It was a nice liquor store, though, Red Dot. But you can't trust a liquor store. You know, they don't even know what's on their own shelves. And this is common for stores. They don't know what's on their own shelves. Like, do you have something? Oh, no, they don't make that. They'll tell you they don't make it. And you'll find it and you'll show it to them. What is this? Oh, okay. I think that it could be a challenge tasting these, differentiating these, because I remember that the choice was really good, but it was kind of woody, you know. Oh, and as far as Heaven, before I'm going to talk about Heaven Hill in a minute, then I got to get going and do something. But yeah, so no liquor consumption on Monday at all. I said liquor. I didn't say beer or wine. I said liquor, you know, hard liquor. Monday will be an off day. I always schedule my drinking, you know. I think about this, like, what am I going to drink this week? And I like plan it out. It's funny. But I guess that's how hobbies work. What am I going to review? Look in the fridge. Oh, I better do the IPAs first because the hops will fade, right? Stuff like that. This smells pretty woody. Sweet. Might be Jim Beam Choice. Oh, this smells even woodier. Not as sweet. It might be Evan Williams. Both 5 years. Evan Williams is slightly stronger, 43% alcohol as opposed to 40. Now, my friend David, his opinion of Jim Beam was not positive. He was like, Jim Beam. But he wanted to try the choice. He said, I'll try it. Charcoal filter. That got him thinking, oh, man, okay. Oh, man, he loved it. He said, this is great. It makes all the difference. Oh, he was raving about it, you know. And then next time I went to his house, I said, you want to try some more of that Jim Beam Choice? Oh, he said, I blew through that. That stuff's gone. Didn't last 2 weeks. And then he tried the Schlitz Gold Bull, him and the mystery lady at my house. And that was the charcoal filtered Schlitz. The other ones are not charcoal filtered, only the Gold Bull. The VSL, the very smooth lager. You know, the knockout beer, the 8.5. And they were just saying, oh, it's the best lager we ever tried. You're like going crazy over it. And then you were saying, let's drive to Lake Charles and get some more. I said, are you crazy? We're going to drive 2 to 3 hours to get some Gold Bull? He said, I'd do it. Very woody. It's got to be Evan Williams. It's got to be. This is pretty woody, though. It's pretty char. But it's clean, man. This stuff is clean like a, man, this is clean like a liquor that's clean. Clean like a bourbon that's clean. Oh. Toot toot. This is even woodier, not to mention stronger in the alcohol. Whoa. Gotta be Evan Williams. It's gotta be. Yeah. Whew. Hey, you like chewing on burnt wood, charcoal? Tyler Mansell says the real Capital Steez is dead. He was a New York rapper who committed suicide. That doesn't sound very good. I used the Burger King coupon today and I feel fat. No joke. We used one yesterday and we both ate a Whopper. And that was like eating something so big, so heavy. I told my friend, I said, this is really a Whopper. You know what I mean? It's like a big sandwich. He said, is it? Not my friend. He's not really my friend. He's somebody I work with. He's not my enemy. But we get along. But you know what I mean? Somebody I work with. And he said, oh, yeah. I said, now we have to go take a nap. He was like, right. No, we couldn't though. Oh, I feel that alcohol in my upper chest. Ooh. Go Evan Williams. Speaking of William from North Carolina, is he alive? Yeah, is he alive? Because I've sent him a number of messages and I got no response. One day he just disappeared. And I mean disappeared. Like he told me, oh, what did he tell me? I was getting home late and I couldn't join a hangout. And something happened, you know. I said, well, don't feel bad about that. You can't make every hangout, you know. It happens. And then he was going to go ride that motorbike. And I'm going to ride those Triumphs or whatever. And that was in, last time I talked to him was what, August, September? And then he just disappeared. And I mean disappeared cold. So you tell me where he is. I don't know. Capital Steve said, that's true. The greatest of all time. Tyler said he was so young. Will we see William Kepley again? I would put my money on no, but I could be surprised. And I've had this experience over the years. It's the internet. That's how it works. People show up, they're hot for stuff, and they disappear. Never seen again. And I don't mean something happened like there were words, you know, falling out. No, just like the wind. I hope we find out if William Kepley is okay. I hope so too. Hope so too, you know, but that's the nature of social media. It's just like here today, gone tomorrow. It's strange, you know. I remember last year, Maria Devon was telling me she was angry, like saying how people don't answer or they won't like any of your posts. It was like she was mad at me for not liking posts. I said, but I don't like I don't just go and like a person's post, just put likes everywhere. I'll put a like if I like it, you know what I mean? She said, I like everything. I said, well, I don't do that because it like would imply that I liked something, you know. Now, if it's a beer I've had and I enjoyed it, I'll put a like. Oh, I've had that, you know. But if it's one I haven't had before, I'll just say something like, well, I would like to have that. That might be good, but I'm not going to put a like. That's just a different approach to doing social. But she said it would make her angry, you know. And then she was saying, well, she said, for instance, she said, I used to hear from Strat, you know, Strat all the time. Now, nothing. I said, I can't explain it. Well, then I found out a few days later. I said, Maria, Strat died. That's why we're not hearing anything. He died. Oh, she was shocked, you know. I said, so it's not always just people being rude. Could be someone dying. Oh yeah, Capital Steve said, how's the bourbon, Ron? Right, right. Like, how about focusing on the topic of the video? Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you. Well, of course, there was never any question if it was going to be good. I knew they were good all along. I mean, I tried Evan Williams. My daughter was telling me how she hated it, you know, and I had never had it, so I didn't know. I said, well, maybe it's bad, you know. But I tried it, the green label and this, and I said, no way, that's bad. I have to disagree. The question here was whether I would be able to tell them apart. As far as flavor, I guess the one to the right is a little more bold. It has a little more character. But honestly, I don't guess it's really any better. It's about $1 cheaper, I think, because I think this is the Evan Williams. I think that Evan Williams is $1 cheaper than the Jim Beam Choice. Not that you'll ever see the Jim Beam Choice. John Mulkeren says, hey, Ron. Hello, John. Okay, so I'm going to call it, and then I got to go do some other things. Oh, and then talk about Heaven Hill real fast. I think this is Evan Williams. Right, I was right, Evan Williams. I looked before I said, but I was saying it all along, wasn't I? Evan Williams, and it's burning my chest. It's like, I don't recall other bourbons burning my chest like Evan Williams. Whoa. Well, I guess that old Granddad Bonded kind of did that. That's 100 proof. Yikes. Hey, I'm I'm finishing up that old Granddad Bonded. I have about 20% of the bottle left of that 375 milliliter bottle. Take me about three or four more days. Well, that's dynamite stuff. Whoa. Can you imagine what the old Granddad 114 is like, the 114 proof? Well, I'd be scared to drink that. So I guess Evan Williams wins, but it doesn't win by much. And they're much more similar than they are different. So honestly, it was like I was saying this morning, people that claim, oh, I love Jim Beam and I hate Evan Williams, or I love Evan Williams and I hate Jim Beam. Come on. Come on now. They are not that different. So the bourbon is dynamite. Now, Heaven Hill, look at this company. Hey, you're bored? Hey, you're bored? This will keep you busy. Just get on Heaven Hill, heavenhill.com. And one good thing about them, once you do your age statement, like they never ask you for it again. You know what I mean? You can just keep getting on. You don't have to go through that little type in your age. They say, remember me, it remembers you. Like, here's just their American whiskey. Now look, just their American whiskey. And this is some of it. This is not all of it. Bernheim Straight Wheat. Elijah Craig Single Barrel. Elijah Craig Small Batch. Evan Williams 1783. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. Evan Williams, the one I'm drinking in Kentucky. They have the green label, which they don't even list. Evan Williams Single Barrel. Fighting Cock Kentucky whiskey. Georgia Moon Corn whiskey. Henry McKenna Kentucky whiskey. Henry McKenna Single Barrel. Larceny Kentucky Straight whiskey. Mellow Corn whiskey, which I've tried and I loved it. Old Fitzgerald Kentucky whiskey. Parker's Heritage Collection, and that's a whole collection of whiskeys. Pike's Straight Rye. Rittenhouse Straight Rye. I mean, it's unreal. Unreal. Now, that's the ones they show in there. Then you go down over here to the ones they don't show in the photos. The product, Colonel's Pride, Distiller's Pride. Whoops. Stephen Foster Rye. Heaven Hill Select Stock. Heaven Hill Bourbon. Cabin Still, Champion, Echo Spring, JTS Brown, JW Dant, Bonded, Kentucky Deluxe, Mellow Bourbon, not Mellow Corn, Mellow Bourbon, Old 1899, Private Cellar, Samuel Clay, T.W. Samuels, Tom Sims, Virginia Bourbon. You see what I mean? It just goes on and on. This it's unbelievable. You could make a video channel and only do Heaven Hill. You never run out of. You don't run out. Philadelphia whiskey, Kentucky Deluxe, Heaven Hill Blended, which I have a bottle of that. T.W. Samuels Spirit Blend. Spirit Blend. No, that can't be Spirit whiskey. Aristocrat. Kentucky Country Gentleman, Distiller's Pride. Guggenheimer, Howler's Reserve, Howler's SRS. What's that? Howler's something. JW Dant, something preferred. JW Dant, choice preferred. Kentucky Bow. Kentucky Bow Black, Kentucky Bow Green, Kentucky Gold, Spirit Blend, Kentucky Supreme, Bourbon Blended, okay, blended bourbon, Mattingly and Moore, McHenry Spirit Blend, Newport, Old Mill, Paul Jones, Private Cellar, Spirit, Quality House. See what that's about. Spirit, Royal Spirit, Sir Walter, Wilson. Like that's 2 years, okay? That's 2 years of video reviews, maybe 4 years. John Mulcairn says, "Hey Ron, what's your favorite fall beer?" Well, more than likely it's Sierra Nevada Tumbler, but then try to find it, right? Try to find it. You can't really find it. I never find it. I never can find it. Sierra Nevada Tumbler. Okay, well, these were dynamite bourbons. I was able to tell them apart, which I was a little surprised because I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I did. Now, the next one be about, about 3 days from now, God willing, 3 days. Dawn Busters will do Evan Williams versus Jack Daniels. That, you know, the regular black label Jack Daniels. Wow, that could create a firestorm. I mean, could. It won't, but I mean, it could. You know what I mean? Okay, so thanks for watching this video production. Y'all have a good Saturday. There's a lot of exciting games on. When I was turning the TV off, it was only 7-0 Alabama over Tennessee, but then it'll probably end up being 52-7. You know, 52-7 Alabama or something like that. But you never know. Hey, I mean, you never know. Thanks, folks.